What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Oh man, this series with Oakland. This I don't even know where to really begin with this series. You come in after Texas, absolutely beats your ass, and we come into the ODOT Coliseum to start our West Coast swing. Which, by the way, man, Oakland fans, I respect your passion, I respect your love for your team. You know, But those people are some of the most annoying people to watch a ball game with. I swear to God. All those damn drums, all the stupid walk-up songs that they got on that team. I mean, I understand you're trying to have fun, you're getting into it, shows a passionate fan base. But when you got runners on second with 2 outs in the fourth inning, and you're down 4 runs, come on now. You don't need to be banging on those stupid drums, and then Josh Reddick with his dumb walk-up music with Careless Whisper. It was absolutely annoying. It doesn't even feel like a baseball game at that point. It seems like you're at a friggin' circus freak show. It's just cut it out, man. I get it what you guys are trying to do, and it's your thing, but my goodness, I'd rather listen to that moron in Cleveland bang the drum and those Cleveland idiots sit there and throw out stuff about Detroit and stuff. Ugh, it's just the worst. So let's jump on into this. So we faced Oakland this week, and basically we came off a series with Texas that we pretty much got the living crap knocked out of us. Yep. It wasn't a pretty series, and I discussed that in my last video. So we're coming into Oakland, and the Tigers really need to turn it around. Their starting pitching's bad. Their bullpen's been bad. Their offense has been inconsistent. This haven't been the team that we saw that was 27 in 12 at one point this season. Best record in the majors. So game one of the series, I don't know if I was watching a baseball game or Drew Smyly just trying to get nominated to pitch the home run derby, because he gave up 4 home runs in 5 innings, and then Derek Norris topped it off with some icing on the cake with a grand slam, and that's all needs to be said. They lost 10-0. They got shut out. They got absolutely murdered this game, and the blowout streak continues. And I wanted to touch on this game here for a second. People calling for Jeff Jones' head after this game is an absolute moronic move on your part. Just because the Tigers have hit a stretch where they got blown out by, I think, 7 runs 4 times in the last 8 games, and then you want to fire Jeff Jones because that's going to do anything. What about when the Tigers pitching staff had the second lowest ERA in baseball, but 3 weeks ago? You didn't hear you calling for Jeff Jones' head then. It's just absolutely moronic. These people thinking that, oh hey, we're going to fire Jeff Jones and we're going to get Joe Schmo off of the Royals, and he's going to come in here and he's going to go, yeah, your fastball command just not great, guys. So, and then it's going to be fixed. No, it don't work that way. I'm sorry to break it to you. Use some common sense. So, the Oakland destroyed the Tigers game 1. I mean, it was just an absolute joke of a game. I don't even know how I watched all this. And then we got game 2, and Max Scherzer went up against Sonny Gray in this game, and I absolutely love Sonny Gray. That kid is so filthy. He, just outstanding fastball, great curveball. He chucks a little bit of a slider, developing a changeup. I mean, he's going to be a frontline starting pitcher for a long time. He's just been so good this year. The Tigers got Max Scherzer an early lead, but yet again, Max Scherzer struggled with everything. His command wasn't great. He didn't have good control of the breaking ball, and basically, you might as well thank Rajai Davis for this game. The Tigers bullpen came out, pitched 3 scoreless innings in this game. Rajai Davis in the 8th inning stole second, and then on a heads-up play, they weren't really paying attention to him, and they were throwing the ball back to the pitcher. I forget who the pitcher was at the time. And Rajai Davis stole third, and Austin Jackson ended up hitting into almost a double play that would have ended the inning and limited the scoring threat. But Rajai Davis scored. Austin Jackson beat it out. And then Tigers won this game. Joe Nathan comes out and gets a save. And oh, Joe Nathan, So, Tigers managed to take game 2 of this series, 6-5. And it was a good game, highly contested game. All these games besides game 1 were really, really stressful games. And then game 3, Anibal Sanchez, okay, comes out, pitches 8 1/3, 3-hit, scoreless, 9 strikeout game. So we moved to the 9th inning, and basically Torii Hunter had a nice series. I forget how we got our 1 run. It was a Torii Hunter home run, because Torii Hunter had a game-tying home run in the second game of this too. He had a nice series. So Torrey Hunter gets him the lead. Anibal Sanchez is cruising. He's got 100 pitches going into the 9th inning. And he gets Kai Aspo out. And mind you, it's almost 1 in the morning here on our time because it's West Coast game. And Coco Crispies, he gets a double. Went out. Ausmus says he has enough. Calling the righty. So Nathan comes out. And first hitter he faced, I forget who it was. I want to say it wasn't Yoenis Cespedes. It might have been. I don't know. But anyways, they hit a ball right at Castellanos. It was actually kind of sliced away from a little bit. Castellanos boots it off his glove. Chris advances to third. And it brings up, actually, it might have been Yoenis Cespedes because then Josh Donaldson comes up. And there's one out in the inning. Second pitch Nathan uncorks is a hanging slider. And I mean, it's just BP like I threw it. Right over the middle of the plate. Donaldson clubs it. And by the way, Donaldson has 2 career walk-off home runs, both against the Tigers. So Donaldson clubs it for a 3-run walk-off homer. It was 1 in the morning. Sanchez pitched a gem. And I stay up that late just to watch Joe Nathan, who has been absolutely god-awful. Oh my God, when we got Nathan, I said this. You can go back and look at all my videos from the past season during the season preview. I kept saying that about this bullpen, how bad it was. Essentially trading off Joe Nathan for Joaquin Benoit is no upgrade. It's a push. I was adamant, though, that Nathan was going to come in and do just as good a job as Benoit did last year. Meaning, push. You don't get any upgrade. He's going to do the same job. I wish he would do the job Benoit is doing. Benoit right now, here's his statistics for you guys. He has, in 23 appearances, he has, in 23 and 2/3 innings, a 1.90 ERA, 1 save, a whip of 8.0, 8.45, a strikeout walk ratio of 4.5, and he's striking out 10 batters per 9, or 10.3 batters per 9. And he's making $2 million less than Joe Nathan. He got 2 years for 16. Nathan got 2 years 20, and he has an ERA over 5. In his last 7 appearances, he has a 12 ERA. In his last 5 appearances, he has a 13 ERA. In his last 11 appearances, he has a 5.40 ERA. And he's already blown 4 saves this year. And we're not even in the month of June. He had 3 all of last year. When we signed Nathan, I knew his fastball velocity was declining, but you look at his past year, I think he had an ERA of under 2 last year. Let me check. Yeah, it was 139, and then he had a 2.80 ERA the year after that. And the home runs that he given up was a lot lower. That was what scared me. I remember reading an article on Baseball Prospectus talking about buyer beware for Joe Nathan. The fastball velocity going down, how high the fly ball rate was with how low a home runs was an unsustainable rate. Excuse me. Because he only gave up 2 home runs last year, and then 4 the year before. He's but 20 and 2/3 innings in to his career with the Tigers. And he's already given up 4 home runs. Already. And blown 4 saves. Already. His strikeout to walk ratio is 2.22. He's only averaging 8.7 strikeouts per 9. His lowest since the year he came back off of Tommy John surgery. And the lowest ever since 2002. His walk rate is at 3.9, his highest ever since 2002. The fastball velocity is garbage. He seems to be blaming it on everything else. He blames that error on Castellanos as a big reason why he didn't get that save. You're getting paid $10 million, buddy. $10 million. You can't come out there and get a 2-out save regardless of what Castellanos does. Now I get it. No, it was Castellanos' fault a little bit. He should have made that out. Maybe you do get the save then. Irregardless of the fact, you are getting paid $10 million to come out here and lock out ball games. What about last night when they gave him a 3-run lead? Actually, a 4-run lead, and he gives up 3 runs and has a tying run in scoring position. Was that Castellanos' fault yesterday too? The Tigers barely escaped winning that game yesterday. They ended up winning 5-4. Ricky P was really good in this game. He bounced back very nicely. And Nathan comes out and it's 5-1, and he almost blows it. Where's the accountability on that one, Nathan? And then he's sitting there running his mouth, blaming it on Castellanos. What about the other 3 saves you blew? Take some goddamn accountability. He's getting paid $10 million a year. The Tigers got it for 2 years. They're paying him $2 more million a year than Benoit, who has a 1.90 ERA right now. This was supposed to be the guy that was going to come in and keep this just no more worries about the ninth inning because of his past track record. His fastball velocity's declined. His slider's not good at all really anymore. The curveball's meh. His slider command has been absolutely awful. He's gotten taken deep more in the past first 2 months or 3 months almost than he had in almost the last 2 years. He only had 6 home runs in the 2 years combined. He's got 4 already. He's got more blown saves already. He's given up more earned runs already this year than he did in his first 28 innings last year. He's been absolutely awful. Absolutely awful. And for him to sit there and try to blame other people for his absolutely terrible pitching and then excuse after excuse. I have dead arm. Castellanos should have did this. No. Sorry, dude. No. Take some accountability. You've been terrible. He's just been... Jabba Chamberlain has been more of a lockdown arm than Joe Nathan has this year. Ian Kroll has been more of a lockdown arm than Joe Nathan has this year. He has been terrible. End of story. And for the way for him to toss Castellanos under the bus was like a rookie guy who was about a year, I think a year older than me or a year younger. I can't remember. Just that's pathetic, dude. It's absolutely pathetic. Like I said, he almost blew another save yesterday when he had a 4-run lead. Just a joke. He's been an absolutely god-awful sign. And the Baseball Prospectus, that's why I read Baseball Prospectus. They're absolutely right. The way his fly ball rate was last year in Texas, and for only giving up that little amount of home runs and how high his fly ball rate was, it was just a matter of time before it came back and bit him. And then the fact that his fastball velocity has decreased, I'm sad to say we got this guy for another year. I said this for the whole time. Go back and look at all my season preview videos. Essentially signing Nathan does nothing for the bullpen because who you're giving up as closer and Benoit. And Benoit's been far better. He's posting career numbers again this year. Far better than Joe Nathan has this far. And you'd end up saving yourself $4 million over 2 years too, re-signing Benoit. So he's been awful. Just been awful. So, like I said last game, Purcell pitched good. Nathan almost blows it. It shouldn't even have been close. And he notched his 13th save of the year with only 4 blown saves. Might as well have Valverde back. Tigers start a 3-game set with the Mariners. Tonight it's JV he's been terrible too. Against Asashi Iwakuma, who came off the DL and ever since a couple weeks ago. I think close to 3-4 weeks ago. And he's been absolutely dominant since he came off the DL. He's been filthy. And then Drew Smyly goes up against Young. And then Max Scherzer closes out that series against, I think his name's Elias. And then we come home to face the Blue Jays, who I'm excited to see that series. Because Edwin Encarnacion, I think he has 5 multi-home run games this month. And I think he has 16 or 17 home runs in this month alone. The guy has been absolutely red hot. And you know what, the way the Tigers pitching has been, Sanchez really helped straighten out the bullpen a little bit by going a lot of innings. Brick Porcello, I think, pitched 6 innings yesterday, so help out the bullpen some. It's going to be interesting to see, especially if Joe Nathan gets a save opportunity, a guy that's been giving up home runs this year. It's going to be interesting to see how the Tigers pitching responds to a team that's home run as capable as the Blue Jays are, especially when Encarnacion coming in. How they hold leads, how they pitch Encarnacion with runners on base. Do they pitch to him? Situations they pitch to him, because Bautista can beat you too. Melky Cabrera's been hitting some homers this year. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Tigers. This is going to be a real test for the Tigers pitching staff. If they do a good job in shutting down the Toronto offense for this next 3 games after they come home from Seattle, it'd be an accomplishment, because that team is rolling on all cylinders. They just had their 9-game winning streak snapped yesterday night, I think, against the Royals. And when Billy Butler got thrown out at first, ground ball hit the right field. It's pathetic. And then we start up a 3-game set with Boston, but I will touch on that next week when I come back and do my edition of This Week in Tigers Baseball. This week it kind of worked out perfect because it was a 4-game set with an off day in there, so I can do the series preview and thoughts for this week. So next week, This Week in Tigers Baseball will return, where I talk about Seattle and Toronto and preview the Red Sox in the week ahead. So Joe Nathan, take some accountability. You've been god-awful, absolutely god-awful. And hopefully the Tigers pitching staff comes back around and sees more starts like Sanchez and Porcello. Hopefully Verlander rights the ship. So have a good one, guys.